And just like that, we've made it to Friday. Fantastic work this week on our figurative writing focus. Today we are going to consolidate all of our learning from this week and see if we can remember all of the fine details of our figurative writing and language features. So my first question for you is, can you recall all of the features that we have looked at this week? Now, you might have to pick your brains for this one because you might have forgotten some from right at the beginning of the week. But make sure you stay tuned to keep that memory re-jogged. So, I'm going to reveal some to you now. We have looked at hyperbole, which we looked at yesterday. We have looked at onomatopoeias. We have looked at metaphors. We have looked at alliteration. We've looked at similes. And we've looked at personification. Let me know on your Class Dojo post if you got all 6 of the ones that we have looked at this week correct before I revealed them. No cheating. Make sure you be truthful and tell me how many you remembered. So just to clear up the definitions so that we are ready for today's task, you can look back at these to help you when it comes to our consolidation task today. So these tell us the definitions for each figurative language feature to allow us to complete this task today. Now, some of this might be fresh in your mind and think, oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that personification means that it has human features, or I remember that similes use like and as, and things like that. So let's move on to our consolidation task for today. So your task for today is I'd like you to draw this grid, and you're going to put on this side the figurative language features that we have looked at. And on this side, you're going to leave blank until we move on to the next side. We are going to look at some examples today. You're going to organise the examples that I give you into their correct feature. So here are the examples, okay? You are not just going to write number 1 if it is personification. You're not just going to write 1. You are going to write the example, okay? We need to get used to that writing again, preparing ourselves for when we are all back next week. So number 1, you've already told me that story a million times. So thinking back to our definitions, what does number 1 stand out as a figurative language feature? I'm hoping you're saying hyperbole. So for number 1, you will write number 1, which is this one here, in the hyperbole section. Now you might need to write small, you might just want to do headings, you might just want to do metaphor and write them underneath. Completely up to you if you want to draw the table. Either way, I do not mind as long as I see those sentences for the examples. So you're going to work through these ones here for me, okay, and see if you can get them all correct. See if all that knowledge from this week has stuck in your brains